Welcome to this channel where it's all about beautiful operatic and classical singing. Today I'm going to look at something that I would consider something neoclassical. Igor Krutoy, one of the most famous Russian composers, he wrote Ave Maria. And I understand that he actually wrote it for Dimash Kudaibergen. And I'm going to look at a version of this. This is not like the most well-known version. It's something more recent where he actually sang it with Hauser, as in the cellist, who's so amazing. I just love listening to this stuff. And cello is one of my favorite instruments, especially with voice together. I mean, there are so many amazing pieces that have like a cello and a voice kind of taking turns at melody lines. Same with like oboe is also like amazing. But let's take a look at this and we're going to analyze it from the background of musicality. I want to stop before Dimash enters. You can, of course, watch the full video to just enjoy it, but we're looking at this through the lens of, making music and like really digging, like peeling back the layers of what's happening. That phrasing that Hauser is displaying here, I love it so much. So notice how it's going to differ. How he has a very, very, very legato line, and the top pitch, he doesn't lean into it. So like this. Ta-da. Very legato, so the end of the pitch before the high one kind of slightly tapered, so it's connected. It's kind of like handing off from the low pitch to the high pitch, the energy. Dimash is going to approach it differently. So, and everything is basically one long phrase. This entire part is like one gesture. So he's da da. So it's almost like he's leaning into the bottom just a bit to then lighten up toward the top to where it's not emphasized. Oh. So so it's a resting note, and before he moves on, he takes it back to then lean into the next motion. Now let's listen to, and I love that, of course, that little ad lib that he adds in there, and let's see what Dimash is going to do now vocally. Different approach. He's emphasizing the top note. Soft on the bottom. Carrying through. I mean, that is a long breath there. How long is he doing it? I'm amazed that he's actually not breathing there, but it's reflecting also what Hauser is doing. Let's go back a couple more. Deep breath. You can't see it. You can't see that he's doing a deep breath, but watch it again. Nice sliding. Coming from the bottom up just a bit, but very subtly. It's his trademark. So Hauser, now vibrato isn't just like a thing that singers do to show off. It's a musical, stylistical tool, and it just adds a lot to the dimensions of phrasing and musicality. So Hauser has a more subtle, very classical vibrato. Now, Dimash, because he's kind of in the world of, halfway in classical and halfway in pop. He sings everything. And he's the master of the larynx, as I have pointed out before on my other main channel where I did several analyses of his performances. So here he sings as a countertenor with a lower larynx, lots of space, lots of tall space, like this. But he emphasizes the top a lot, and he starts the tone straight and then has quite a wide vibrato. Not too wide. It's not to where it's not nice. So for me personally, I like a more narrow vibrato, but it is his trademark. Every singer has their own vibrato and the parameters, like if it's wider or slower, everyone has their thing. And this is definitely Dimash's vibrato. I like the endings of the phrases. Wait, did they just... Wait. Oh, just change perspective? It looked so different suddenly. Wait, did he wear a white shirt before? Sure did. White shirt, Dimash. Black shirt. Okay, wait a minute. This was not one performance. Definitely pre-recorded. I thought it was like because they were in a large space. No, Hauser is exactly the same. He has like this shirt, that top 2 buttons or 3 unbuttoned. I was just shocked. Yeah, it looks a bit different now. Definitely not one take. It's a little more narrow now. He did breathe. This time, I like this actually. So he took it over. He's like, I like that he actually didn't always just follow the same pattern in the phrasing, that he arrived first and then breathed for the next phrase. I like it. Let's go. Oh, and he did a different timing this time. Hauser did another da da da. He did, and Dimash just held on to it. Let's do it one more time. Deep breath. That's hard. That's hard. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, we have to talk about this. We have to talk about this very ending here because that's what it's all about. I mean, everything's superb, but that's hard. That's really hard. Let's see. Let's go back one more. So there's a lot of reverb. So what is that? What is that pitch? Maybe D or something? I don't know. I don't have perfect pitch, so I have to check it. Oh, it's a D. But except it's a D6. It's like up here. And then stop. Ooh, that entrance. That's hard. Just ooh, so crescendoing and then taking it back again. Like that's hard. Let's do it one more time. Holding very softly. Crescendoing, and then taking it back. And he's going back to straight tone. He had vibrato, vibrato, then he's going back to straight tone. Vibrato again. And even for a cello, I mean, look how high it is. Look how low his hand is there. It's so high on the highest string. It's like, this is kind of hard even for intonation for strings. And here I think it blends so much that it's really hard to kind of hear what's the human voice and what's the cello anymore. Because they're so in sync and the frequencies are so much in the center that the timbres kind of blend. They bleed into one another in a really positive way. Like, I want to listen to this one more time. It's so cool. That ending is so cool. Deep breath. Ooh, yeah. Straight and then vibrato. Ooh. Now, from a vocal technique perspective, you need a lot of really tall space in the back of your throat and not pushing outward. You want to have that principle of inhalare la voce, which is Italian for inhaling the voice. Now, you do not actually literally inhale as you are singing, but if you try to inhale, you know, it gives you that feeling of like, it's very little air that actually goes through the vocal cords. But it's almost like you're holding your breath. What you want to do is be well supported. Take that deep breath, be lifted here. Always be expanded in your ribs when you take that breath, and then lift the posture, and then you will definitely have to be warmed up very well to do this. But I think this is an amazing combination of the cello and the voice. And it's another illustration that, I mean, with the voice, you can do a lot. And it's very similar to a string instrument, because with a string instrument, you can also, while you hold a pitch, while it is sounding, you can do a lot dynamically. And especially when you have long held pitches, you have to give it a life. They have to have a direction and emotion. You can't just sit on them. And even if you don't do a lot dynamically, your approach as a singer, as an artist, as a performer, it can never be being static. It always has to be, where is there a direction? Where is it going? Where is it leading me? Does it want to push forward? Does it want to kind of slow down? Does it more imploding? Is it more exploding? Does it want to rush? Does it want to kind of go back? Of course, we never go backwards, but does it want to hesitate? And that really gives everything the direction, which also has an effect on your vibrato. When you move ahead, your vibrato gets a little faster. And when you slow it down and you want to hesitate, usually when there's less tension, even in the support, the vibrato becomes a little bit bigger. That's why a great accompanist and a great, even orchestra, and not the orchestra itself, but the conductor, they will hear this in your voice and know if you are, when you're having a cadenza, for example, where you're going to move. Also by dynamics, the dynamics as you're moving forward or holding it, your dynamics will do things, like you will either have a slight push forward in dynamics, meaning getting slightly louder, having a slight volume change, or taking it back. And like what he just did, that's how they also synchronized, that there was a reiteration on the duh. It was the dynamics that really gave the signal. I just love analyzing classical music, or this is like more neoclassical, but from a technical standpoint and musicality standpoint, this was pristine and perfection, but obviously it was pre-recorded. As he changed the shirt, I don't think he changed it like this. It wasn't just beamed onto him. Doesn't mean he's not a great performer, because I did react to his actual performance where he did this all in one piece at a concert just as a soloist. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to know more about opera and classical singing, subscribe to this channel, because that's all we talk about. My main channel is dedicated to singing in general. I do reactions to non-classical music usually, and I also give you tips and warm-ups and lots of fun stuff so you can make your voice shine. Thank you for watching. Until next time, always keep on singing.